Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Antimatter Chemistry. As you can see, I did a little bit of building in between episodes to make the floor a little bit nicer. I also did some building down below, so let's go check it out. We got a bunch of these helium lights from the loot crates, I believe, from these guys. The second tier loot crates, the rare loot. So I just used those in the floor because I kept forgetting to take off my other boots, the one with the glowing, and I kept placing glowing things on the floor here when I came back, and I had to break them and it was kind of annoying. So I decided to put in lights so if we accidentally use the glowing boots, we don't cause any issues. Also, a few things before we check out the downstairs. I made a few more baubles here. I have a gluttony charm, which we don't really need anymore because we're eating meat now. I made a couple of meat feeders in between episodes, or did I make them in the last episode? I don't even remember. But basically, we have a bunch of meat here that we can steadily use to go vein mining and do the stuff around. I also made an electromagnet. I was firstly looking at the magnets. Here there is, I think it's called tiered magnets, and you have these which all take durability damage, and these ones are just regular ones, and then you have these magic magnets which teleport items to the player. And then here we have all of these electromagnets and also the magic electromagnets. And the highest tier that we could go to is the Signalum one, which costs 40 RF per tick within 1.5 blocks, and it has a range of 32 blocks. So when we go vein mining, this just collects all of the things for us. We also have a Signalum flux capacitor, which holds 16 million RF and it can send 16,000 RF per tick. So that is pretty cool. And downstairs, we also have a bit of the floor. It's kind of basic and it's just a repetitive pattern of the lamps and the black antimatter, but it is going to do for now. We can change it up later as we need to. So here I'm currently just processing a bunch of the ores that I've been getting from mining. So we're just going to toss this in here and then just do something like that. And we can grab all of these things over here and toss them up top into the storage system. It's still processing a little bit. I got a bunch more copper too, for which you have to mine at a different Y level. So we did that. And I'm just using vein mining. I'm not even using the hammer anymore. So this guy can pretty much be retired. Well, actually, no. If we're going to be doing any more digging here for the for underneath in the basement, it could come in handy. But in the floor here, we have the advanced inscriber, we have the IO port, we have the crystal growth chamber, and our ME drive. And I've moved around a few things from the drawers and added a few things, which I'm really not going to go through. But I kind of moved cobblestone out of the compacting drawer as it's not really needed. So that is pretty much all I did over here. So for today, we can look into getting some more power, which I think would be a good idea to set up a fission reactor. And with the fission reactor, we can then run a quarry once we get to a nether star, because nether stars are required if we want to do any sort of quarry. We have the quantum quarry, which is kind of a cool thing to do, which I don't know if we can even use, because this magical snow globe, if we check this, hello? Okay, I don't know what happened, but the snow globe here requires a nether star, but to activate this globe, it must travel to any 7 of the following biome types, and forest, la 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 la. We can get the end, we can get the nether, and we can get plains. And we could potentially get, yeah, we could activate this with the dimension builder, because we can set types for dimensions for different biomes. So we could potentially activate this. That could be a thing, but we also have the builder. And since we have the deep dark, the builder might be cool because it will get us twice the amount of ores. The quantum quarry is kind of nice because it doesn't require me resetting it up again, and it just does its thing. So the builder requires a shape card, which is simple, but it requires the shape card quarry, which requires all of this. The wyvern core does require another star. We do require draconium, and draconium requires dimensional shards, which we can get from different dimensions. So we're going to have to wait on that a little bit. We also need some evil infused iron, which requires the enchanter and more nether stars. So we need to get to chapter 6 here to even get a chance of getting nether stars. Well, this way at least. I don't know if I can spawn in a wither because I have gotten a few wither skeleton skulls in between episodes. And I also got a few more data models in between episodes. These on top are all self-aware. I got the Witch to self-aware, the Enderman to self-aware, the Slime one as well to the self-aware, and these 4 we did in the last episode. And here we have all of the other ones, which we can eventually get started going to get to the basic tier, for example. So if I grab some soul sand, right, 1, 2, 3, and we can probably just kill the Wither super easily with our shuriken. And since we have infinite food, we shouldn't have an issue of killing it. So if we go to the deep dark and we just go somewhere down to bedrock, possibly we could set this up and see if this even spawns. Let's see if this works. Hello. Boom, boom. Oh, totally does. We can get nether stars the old-fashioned way, I hope. Maybe the drops for the Wither have been disabled, because there is a specific recipe for this. So we will see. Hi, Wither. No, don't kill the bats. Oh, it's so loud. Sorry. Hold on. Let's do this. Just no volumes. Simple enough. Hi, Wither. How are you doing? Eat my shurikens. No, stop it. Yeah, get stuck somewhere, please. Ow, ow. I don't see you. Ow. Okay, he's in manual mode. Should be too difficult. Yeah, our armor is doing a good job of protecting us. There we go. Oh, we did get another star. Okay, so we can just get a wither skeleton farm and not worry about it. And spawn in withers like we wanted to. We do even have the wither. We have the wither builder from whatchamacallit. We even have tiny progressions. We have reinforced glass and reinforced obsidian, which is super simple to make. Yeah. That should be super easy to do. We have the wither builder from Industrial Foregoing as well. That could be a thing that we do today. Automate a wither skeleton farm. Seems like okay. I also forgot to mention that I made some glitch-infused armor and also the glitch-infused sword, which will help us with the data models in the future, because the data gained from the demise of a mob is doubled. When the data is gained, there's also a small chance that the sword will get a permanent damage increase, which is really cool. And I think we can enchant this sword also with capturing, and we can use this sword for just general purposes. We can replace this one, because this one does 14.6 attack damage, and if this one levels up, plus we add sharpness and stuff like that, we should get higher attack damage, so that should be pretty cool. But these are made by taking the corrupted glitch hearts that we got from the self-aware trials. You right-click these on, or left-click this on obsidian, you get 3 fragments per heart, and then you toss the fragments with some, I believe some lapis and some gold in some water, and you get yourself glitched infused ingots, which is really nice. So we can use that for the deep learning as we need it. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to grab a bit more essence here. We're going to toss the sword through here and see if we can get ourselves the capturing enchantment and also a bunch of other enchantments for the sword to get it super cool and decked out. I need essence downstairs, so we're going to set up another ender tank like this. We're going to extract the essence out of here. This one is green, white, green, and I have this ender tank right here as well. So if we just head on downstairs, we can go to the enchantment factory here, and I'm just going to place you on top and then open it, and this should fill up the essence. There we go. So we can easily now toss the sword through and through and get all of the enchants. I am pretty sure I have everything I need to applicate to this guy. So we're going to start off by adding smite, and then we're going to do a bit of capturing. Then we're going to do reaper as well. I also have magic siphon, which drains beneficial effects from your attackers apparently. And then leech can go on as well. Sweeping edge. Vorpal. Oh, we can put it too. And mending. Cool. So that is everything. A whole bunch of things. Smite didn't increase our damage. We could remove it and add sharpness if we wanted to, but I said we should do smite because we're going to be killing mostly wither skeletons with this sword, and we can make another one that is exactly the same because I have pretty much all of the books all in here in these chests here, plus I have some extra over here, and we can make one with sharpness as well. But I want to go test this guy out, so we're going to grab ourselves the wither skeleton data model and deep learner, and we're gonna put it in here. Then we're gonna also grab a couple of these, well, just one spawner for the time being, I think. We're gonna grab a comparator so we can turn it on and off with redstone. And then the upgrades for all of this is sugar to decrease minimum spawn delay. Clocks would require a whole bunch of gold, which we do not have. Fermented spider eyes we could potentially do, because that increases the spawn count. Gas is max nearby entities. I don't think I want to do that. Increase required player range, spawn conditions, ignores nearby players. Okay, so let's not go too overboard with this. I don't really need the spawn range to be bigger. We don't need the required player range to be bigger. Let's do the minimum spawn delay, because we have sugar for days here. We're just going to grab a stack of this. And then we can do some fermented spider eyes, I think. We can achieve a couple. Let's just get, yeah, 14 is the max. We are going to possibly need some more brown mushrooms, which we can make. I think that should be good. That's the spawn count and the minimum spawn delay. I think that should be enough. We also need a skeleton spawn egg. I have it here on the left. We have everything but this guy. Pyrotheum dust. Boom. Skeleton spawn egg. Let's get a couple of these, actually. So that should be good. So if we grab ourselves a lever as well. I want to just see how fast this is going to be in the nether. Just so we can see what it will do. All right, here is our Forsaken spawner, which we're going to add the comparator to so it turns off. We're going to change it to a skeleton spawner, and then we can try and add a couple of these. Oh, that you can do 4 total. Okay, how about the sugar? I think you can do like a stack or 48 or something. Oh, less than 48. 24 left. So that should be a super quick spawner here. I think you should... Oh, it might need darkness. I mean, it's all dark because it's the nether. Oh, you do only skeletons. Okay. But this one-shots. That's neato. Okay. I don't know if the Disturbed spawner not refined storage. What? Disturbed spawner from extra utilities would spawn wither skeletons, because this is specifically, it says mob forsaken still, but it's specifically a skeleton spawner, which makes it so that only skeletons spawn. So we could try that also. I turned the spawner into a disturbed spawner, and it also spawns just regular skeletons. So the next thing that we can try is to get a wither skeleton spawn egg. So I'm gonna go over to the fortress. We're gonna do a bunch of wither skeleton killing and see if we can get one of those. The capturing enchantment does give us, oh, it doesn't say what chance it is, but it gives us the highest chance because we have capturing 5. So that should be hopefully good enough to not take 6 million years, possibly. It didn't really take that long, and we managed to get 2 spawn wither skeleton eggs. I got them right one after another from 2 wither skeletons, which is really cool. So we can now go grab another spawner, test it out with some more sugar and some more fermented spider eyes, and see how that's going to work. I think we can hook up the spawner in here. We're going to get rid of our blaze spawners currently. And there is, hello, Forsaken. You may want to die. Thank you very much. And what we're going to do is we're going to just change you to wither skeleton. We're going to give you the fermented spider eyes. I think we get 4. And then I have sugar somewhere. Did I not bring it? I might have not brought it. It could be in one of these. Well, we'll go get the sugar later. That's fine. So if we place just the lever here, it's going to be very difficult for us to access this spawner. And what we can easily do is put a structural duct here on top. I hope this will prevent the spawning of wither skeletons, like kind of on the side of the spawner. Because what we can do then is we can add a couple of blocks here on the side, like so. And we're going to smack in a redstone receiver right there. We're going to grab our crescent hammer just to rotate it to the right spot. There we go. And we can then add another redstone relay here. This is going to be the input. You are going to be the output. And you are set to, if we do this, channel set to 1. We're going to come down here. And we're just going to put this guy just somewhere here for the time being. We're going to smack a lever, and that should turn on the spawner. No? Channel 1, analog mode false, output 15. Relay power 15. Oh yeah, oh, it did spawn a skeleton. Okay, cool. So we can do that. And let's close this up a little bit. I think this guy stole some of my dark glass. That is perfectly fine. All right, so that does work. It is a little bit slow, and I think we do this. No? I added redstone mode. Why is this not working? Let's break you. Okay, so requires redstone. Yeah. Okay. Oh, it's just not showing that it's rotating. Okay, that's fine. So let's get the sugar and maybe possibly some other upgrades on this. We'll only add the sugar for the time being. It's gonna go to 24 if I remember correctly here. So that should happen any moment now. There we go. Cool. So if we then close this up, it should turn it into actual darkness as soon as I get rid of my armor and put on this armor and then get rid of these. That should be dark and we can head on out of here. Let me out, game. Thank you very much. We can close this up. And that should be good to spawn us some more wither skeletons. I hope. It is a little bit light from down here, but that should be fine. This is redstone state off. On. The other spawner, the skeleton spawner, was spawning like 6 wither skeletons at a time. This is just doing 1, which is very weird. Thought it was gonna be faster. Maybe we can go get some clocks if we have a bit of gold. All right, we're gonna try to add some popped chorus fruit. Oh, that just ignores, that's just 1. Okay, and then I made 16 clocks. So we're gonna do that to reduce the spawn delay as well. And if we then close this up, we could also just lower down the killing chamber because I think this is providing some light to the spawner, so it's not spawning them as fast as it should be, I think. So we could just lower this down a little bit, but we're getting a couple every so often. Ooh, a little bit faster now. And we're already up to the superior tier for this because the armor gives us, actually the sword gives us the double skeleton per thing. It does not work with trials though as well. So we can just do this, level up the sword, and then we'll see how we want to do automatic killing for the skeletons. If we want to make this spawner super duper fast, we're going to need a bunch of gold to make clocks, and I currently ran out of gold, so we're just going to make a simple cursed earth farm in the nether, which is going to spawn in zombie pigmen, and they're going to drop gold, and we should start swimming in gold afterwards. So let's just go set it up somewhere. We are firstly gonna set up the farm in a way where I can farm the pigmen manually down here, because I can easily get a zombie pigmen spawn egg, and we can eventually turn this cursed earth farm into just a spawner. So this is gonna be it. Oh, hello, glass please. This is gonna be it for now. We're gonna turn off the lamps and we should get zombie pigmen pretty quickly here. And we can then just stand here and smack at them until we get a zombie pigmen spawn egg. Like so. I'm also going to turn off my magnet just so the accumulator can do most of the work. And most of the things we should have in the drawers, so they should get extracted fairly quickly here. And I can just do this, and it's horribly loud because hostile creatures are 10%. 1%. Thank you. Okay. So we'll do this until we get a zombie pigman spawn egg, and then we should be able to turn this into a full-on cursed earth farm with the mob crusher to get us started on the gold, so we can then upgrade all of the spawners to super max tier. I just ended the cut and we have a spawn zombie pigman egg. Okay, so that was quick. I might farm them a little bit more so I get maybe a couple of these. If we by any chance mess up something, we have extras. So then we can possibly get enough gold to upgrade our wither skeleton spawner. As soon as we add this power cell down here, set it all to output and give you one of these, we should have this farm up and running. And then we just head on up here, turn off the lamps, and we should get zombie pigmen spawning and dying, hopefully. And the cursed earth will also spread over here. Yeah, there we go. Cool. I want to see if this is going to get us golden swords as well. It is getting us golden ingots, so I assume golden swords will be a thing that are gotten from this as well. So we need to, yeah. Okay, so the cool part about using the same ender chest is that we don't have to extract here into a trash can. We can just go over to the deep dark and extract out of there and just filter it out into the trash can. I had to tear down our old system with the diamond chest here in the middle, and I don't think it's a problem anymore, at least what we had before, because the servo is not extracting, for example, this bow that is sitting in the ender chest into the drawers, because it can't go into the drawers. So the servo is smart enough to know that, and we can then just turn this off, and it should filter out the bow. There we go. Into the trash can, because we have the filter here. I also added the golden sword, so that should be filtered out as well. And we should be getting a steady input of gold as soon as we go back to the nether and chunk load that chunk that we have the gold farm in. Our spawner is now super upgraded. Our max delay is 20 and our minimum delay is 2. And we're gonna even see if this killer here is gonna keep up with it. We're gonna see if it's gonna be fast enough. So we're gonna break a 3x3 here just to get inside. And then we're going to figure out where the middle is. And here we're going to put the structural duct like so. So that is going to be the input on top. And then we're going to do an output on the bottom. There we go. Not a comparator input. We need a redstone input. And you're getting power from the redstone dust above, for which we can just come in here. Oh, hello. Hi. Right. That's a bit of an issue. Hi, come here. Yeah, there you go. There's just a creeper in there, I think. Okay, got him. Switch. There we go. And a skellybob. Cool. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to grab our... Because we don't have anything... Project... No. Wrong buttons. I want to grab our boots. We're going to put them on here. And then we're going to just remove that redstone dust. And that should place a light here. And we can place like lights in all corners. Let's do... Whoop. Nope. Put it here. Here. And here. There we go. And one in the middle. It actually won't go in the middle because the middle we have to figure out how to hook up to this. So we can put possibly just one of these and then a redstone receiver here. And we can flip you around. Like so, and then hopefully it's gonna transfer through the block. And what we can do then for the redstone lamps is power them like this, and then just bring this over like so, and then we're missing a couple pieces of redstone, which I'm gonna go get later. We can possibly do this, because this block should still get powered. Let's put a lamp right there. So that should still power, and this should still power. Yeah, that all works. And we're not transmitting a signal, I don't think, here. So the relay power is 0, 0, and we can test it out by just placing this guy here before we do anything. Do we get power out? Yeah, we get 15 power. Cool. So if we place the spawner, let's turn you off. Place the spawner in here. We should get full-on spawning, right? And what we can do is run both farms simultaneously. So we turn this on. This, I think, shouldn't spawn wither skeletons because there's enough light around. So if we then turn this off, we get wither skeletons. And it looks like it should be fine. How is this doing? Not fine. Yeah, the servo is definitely not fast enough to transfer all of the items out. So what we could do is use either a transfer node with a stack and speed upgrades, or an extra servo on the bottom, and we put an ender chest like right here. That could also work. So let me just turn you off for the moment, and let's see if we can sort out the items. All right, this is not keeping up, neither in here nor in here. So I think we need to get ourselves into some enderium so we can make the resident servos. And I think then we should be good enough to extract all of the items from the super duper wither skeleton spawner. And if we keep this running, we can use coal specifically, or coal blocks directly, to power our base, basically. We don't need to chop down wood to smelt it into charcoal anymore, and we can just use that for power, at least for now. I just fortuned up some resonant endstone to get us the resonant clathrate because we had it in the system, and we could easily just smelt that for the resonant ender, which is coming into here. And I already converted a bunch of platinum and lead that I had into pulverized lead, combined that to make the enderium blend, with the resonant ender tank right next to it, and we basically have a bunch of Enderium now. And I also upgraded this servo over here, and I'm gonna go change all of the servos now and see if that keeps up. Even if we have 2 resonant servos extracting out of the mob crusher at the wither skeleton farm, it's not extracting items fast enough, plus it's filling this ender chest quicker than we can empty it. So I think it's best if we split the outputs over here, and since I want to cover this back wall anyway at some point, it really doesn't matter if we put drawer trims down that are going to look uglier. So what we're going to do is just do this and bring this down to basically here. So we can then add the storage bus right here, like so. And what we're gonna do down here is add 2 trims. Actually, we're just gonna add 1 trim, right? And then we can do controller slaves, like so. That should be good. And we can do an ender chest here. And this is gonna be for the cursed earth farm. And I'm gonna move the wither skeletons to their own spot. So we're gonna do this and extract, and that should clear out all of the backlog over here. And we can then have another ender chest right here, for example, and we can do an impulse item duct. We're gonna do one of these, and then we do an extract over here, like so, and that should empty out everything else. And we can just change the ender chests to be split for each different spawner that we set up in the deep dark. And that will make things a little bit cleaner, at least over here. If we grab some more of the antimatter, have a little bit here. Oh yeah, the drawer trim makes that. Yeah, that's why I didn't want that. Can I have more than 1 drawer controller? Or can I put the storage bus onto a controller slave is my question. So what if we do this? If we remove this and add the controller slave, and then we do this, and we put the drawer controller right here, can I still see all of my items? I can. Okay, so the controller slave acts as an input and an output, which is neat. So we're gonna add the white concrete or antimatter back here, and then I need to grab a bit more, which is fine. So basically this means that we can have the storage bus connected to the storage system and even keep the clean drawer controller here if we want to just right click items in. That is pretty cool in my opinion. So we can set up multiple ender chests, multiple controller slaves here. I think they all should reach to where we need to reach. And if it becomes an issue, we'll sort it out later, I guess, by reducing the drawer size or the drawer wall or something. But I think it should work for now. And in here in the deep dark, we're gonna take the spawner out of here, and also this and everything that we have here on top, and we can kind of reset up these regular redstone dusts like we had before. So we are gonna do this, and I think we need a glowing thing in here in the middle, but we can, it's fine, shouldn't be a problem. Okay, we're gonna turn this back on like so. So we're gonna set up another 9x9 room right over here, for example, and we're gonna set up the wither skeleton spawner in there. And I think I will do that in between episodes because you've seen me set up 9x9 rooms more than enough times now. So I'm just gonna reset it up again, make another one of the crushers and the fortune add-ons and all that good stuff. And maybe even set up a couple of these if I can, because we need blaze spawners, for example. We at some point could use a witch spawner to get redstone and glowstone. So just stuff like that could be really cool. And as I said, it's gonna have to wait until next episode. So I want to thank you all so much for watching. I'm hoping you enjoyed today's episode. If you did, make sure to hit the like button. You can also subscribe to get notified of when new videos go live. And you can also support me on Patreon as well if you want, where we are now running this pack on a server. Well, not just yet. I will get it done in between episodes here. But thank you again, and I will see you all in the next episode. Have a good one. Bye-bye.